Hello to the people who are here already. I swear Twitch is getting faster at telling people that they are here. It used to take way longer for people to start saying things. I'm going to take this moment to clean my monitor so that I have a fresh, clean monitor for the session. Fresh and so clean. So clean. It's kind of hard to see monitors or see when they're, if you don't have sun shining on them, see where the spots are that need a little bit of cleaning. So I'm using my phone and it's helping some. It certainly was dirtier than I thought it was even. He hosted me in HM. What's HM? Hello, Mary? Does he have a girl named Mary that he's trying to introduce me to? I'd go for that. Maybe, depending if she's cool. Handmade hero. Oh, well, we did do a discussion stream. That was about the kinds of optimizations that he did for RefTerm and similar programs. And that was a subscriber-only stream. So it is available to watch if you subscribe to Handmade Hero and then go to the videos page. I assume. I mean, maybe he deleted it, but I don't think he did. I think it's still there. I think you can probably verify that it's there without subscribing as well. It just won't let you play it or something. I don't know how it works. You know, it's an internet website. Probably doesn't actually work. Okay, that's enough cleaning for now. I'm going to have to clean it more later. Had no idea how much cleaning this monitor needed. Yes, gated content. Dude, I should move to gated content. Holy cow. It's so much better to not have randos in chat. Okay. So. I want to follow a link to a page that I will have to log into. Add sprint states. So there's an animation thing that I had done. Unable to parse the second argument to time. Okay, but that's... There's supposed to be two arguments after time, the beginning and the end, but there's only one on that line. So that is just a real error in the line, and it would explain why it doesn't work. This may also explain why it thinks is sprinting is always true. Try changing Okay, so I always thought that there was going to be a bug here to work on, but it maybe appears that that one is not going to be a thing for now. So something else, oh, new gem beam behavior. That's a gameplay that we could do. That's a gameplay that we could do. This might be challenging though, because there's a lot of complicated code that we want to change. Not all randos are bad, aren't they? You're not the person who has to sit here and try to program with people saying random stuff. Why should subbing have perks? It's just you're showing you appreciate the support. It's fine. Like, I might just try, next time I want to work really hard like I did yesterday. Like, I'm of two minds about this. Because like yesterday, I was like, oh, I'm in a super good mood. I'm just going to work hard today and do this whole thing. And that succeeded and it was great. But like, annoying people kind of harshed my mellow a couple times. And that's especially bad. Like, when you're on a work high, like, dude, I'm fucking cranking and it's working and I'm kicking ass. It's like, you really don't want people like blocking you, right? And even though it's like mental, like adding noise in the chat is a form of blocking you because you want to be responsive to the people who are there and have legit questions or legit comments or whatever. But like the people who think it's like Twitter and they should argue with you about things they don't even understand, like it totally derails the mentality, right? And it's like, wow, if I have days like that, maybe I just shouldn't stream, right? But maybe I'll try one I'll try one with sub only or something like that. But the thing is, if you do sub only, not as many people see it. And I do think there is a good, like, I do think one of the most beneficial things you can do in the current environment is just to demonstrate what it looks like to work hard and be successful at working hard and get things done, because so few people do that now. Very few people actually work hard now. And like, if you could nudge society on that a little bit to appreciate working hard a little bit more, like authentically, because they see how good the results can be when you do that, you know, that can have an effect, right? And so, I don't know. I can still see it, just not chat. I think there's two different things, right? There's sub-only chat, but there's also sub-only streams. And what Casey did, I think, was a sub-only stream, although maybe I'm not right about that. Somebody can let me know if that is inaccurate. Anyway, what I'm going to do is start thinking about this gem stuff. I kind of want to make a test level. We could just go on promise 2. Hopefully it won't be that slow. And I can cheat and give myself gems. The solution is not to read chat on while programming. But see, I kind of would like to have high quality chat, right? Like, what's in it for me to stream? If I could actually have high quality interactions with people, that would be nice, right? That would make me enjoy it more too, probably. This is our still temporary fog, but slightly better than the full ass black screen fog. We have someone working on that right now, so it should improve over time in a nice way. Okay, anyway. Oh wait, the gem beam's in promise 3. Duh. Yeah, I don't think sub only is ideal at all, right? By no means is it ideal. It's just the core Twitch experience, though, is very far from ideal, right? And like improving that in one way or another would not be a bad idea. That's all. Okay. So I can go here. I can go gems. Frame rate is low because of debug build, but here we go. Okay, so for example, this makes 2 synthetic gems above my head. And then they go on the things. But it's not really what I want to do. We want to change the rules. So right now, one of the rules is however many it's powered by is like how many gems that you have. But to distribute to sockets, but like it never matters. So we're going to change it so that it's just, it'll do everything in the local neighborhood. So the way synthetic gems work, I mean, maybe we shouldn't even draw them as synthetic gems. I think we should probably use the barred particles instead. And it just powers everything. And we could get rid of the entire notion of synthetic gems. So we'll just start doing that and we'll see how far we get tonight. A filtered, curated user chat, which pulls from open chat. Yeah, I mean, if I were more of a full-time streamer, I could do that. The thing is, it's not like I could have an assistant who like sits around every day not doing anything, but then when I stream is always there. Like, because I stream at totally random times. It doesn't really work that way. Also, I don't make remotely enough off this stream to like hire an assistant for it. Anyway. Let me think about this. So we could add, see, there's this thing called the Barred Particle Manager. And I could piggyback off that. Or I could make an entirely different particle thing. I'm kind of not sure what the right solution is. It sort of depends on how the Barred Particle Manager is programmed. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, chat quality is low and it aggravates me often. And being aggravated is not a good reward for putting in the effort to stream, right? So it makes me not want to stream. So maybe I don't stream as much as I would if I super enjoyed streaming all the time, right? So like if I could figure that out, that would be beneficial. Some streamers maintain discipline by proactive banning, timing out of it. Oh, I banned several people yesterday. Several people. We got some small raids yesterday, but I think it was just, I mean, maybe there was a big one and I didn't notice, but I think it's just, you know, Saturday afternoon to Saturday evening is sort of the biggest time for this channel for whatever reason. I think it's very convenient for European viewers. It's also convenient for Asia viewers, right? Because it's in the morning for them. As you get more into the afternoon. Yeah. So it's like there's some golden time from Saturday, like Saturday at 10 a.m. is pretty good for a lot of Europe. And then Saturday at 5 p.m. is pretty good for Asia, right? And the whole day is good for US. So it's just the day when we get the most viewers historically. It's not usually focused on the work at hand. I mean, that can be a little bit irritating, no, but the thing that's really irritating is when people criticize what I'm doing, but like in a way where it's like obviously they haven't thought about the criticism and have no, you know, like the kind of way when people send you a dumb, aggressive comment on Twitter and it's like, okay, are we going to get into a whole discussion about why what you just said is super uninformed? And it's like, no, I'm not going to stop and do that if I'm programming and especially having a good time programming and really cranking, right? And so the problem is too, if you put up with that stuff, then it grows. So I just started banning people with no explanation. And that's probably some of the people didn't understand why they got banned or thought it was excessive, right? But like, I can't sit there and explain to someone for 5 minutes why I'm banning them when the reason I'm banning them is so I can focus on the work, right? So it's just a little bit of a bummer. So that's all, you know. More active mods and have them delete obvious stuff about other languages. Yeah, I mean, maybe. We could definitely, like right now, again, because we don't pay anyone to do this, it sort of depends on luck whether there's a mod or not. And usually there isn't because we don't have that many mods. So for sure, we could just make more people mods. But then you're sort of inviting mod drama where somebody gets on a power trip and whatever, right? Like we want to avoid that too. Yeah, we can make Saturday band day. Saturday is like rampant band day. We have a lot of subs now. I think a lot of people subbed yesterday. No surprise, I guess. I mean, we don't have, we never got back to as many subs as we had before I changed the channel name. So either that or COVID, like something about that dropped our subs. I think it was probably changing the channel name and a lot of people lost it. Adding the channel points feature and having the highlight message claim. I mean, the thing is, channel points are kind of goofy gamification. I think they're dumb on every other stream that I'm on. You know? And already, like, there's an icon if somebody's a sub, right? I think. Yeah. So, like, I can see who's a sub. $3 TTS. Oh, no. No. Okay. Charmed guy particles, Bard emitting particles. I mean, we could just put it in here. Right? Bard emitting particles, charmed guy particles. And then we'll have gem beam particles. And this is just going to be put that at the end. So this is kind of a dumb hack, but you know, okay. So, okay. If it's for gem beam, then colors struct. We need the colors struct. We need this for the guy. Is it called gem? Yeah, it's called gem. Okay. Okay, so P is a Bard emitting particles. Okay, we're just going to make a function to do that, because why not? So, let's just say, Okay, so this is going to be a variable that just controls um, okay, rate is 3.0, p dot altered t is move toward p dot altered t target dt times rate. Very simple so far. So this is going to be 1 and that's going to be 0. So there we go. How do we create BART emitting particles? We do it here. For BART radial particles. Okay. Okay. So what I'm thinking about, so I'm looking at this code, which creates the particle system for the BART, and I'm like, well, what do I do here? Like how much of this do I try to factor out into a common handler for different kinds of particles? How you test function that big? Oh boy. You guys don't know how big some of my functions are. All right. So, because there's two things. There's like, so the test about whether we should skip the guy or not is different for these two types of particles. This part, though, this is also different because of this. This is largely the same. So we could actually factor this part out. And we could just pass this and this as parameters, right? Let's try that. Actually, it needs 3 parameters. So here, more than 3. Okay, so bpm.bard emitting particles, because these are going in 2 separate arrays. We need a guy. We need bard radial particles, and we need let's do this. We need the spawn proc. Like that. So we could say oh, actually, here we go. We'll say if he's a charm guy. So for the other thing we're going to add, we don't care if he's active or not. Oh, we could do this. Find or add bard emitting particles. That's actually fine, because then we can do all this. And we're going to need a false, because that's not for GemBeam. So there we go. There we go. That is factored. I usually, you know, I've learned over time that find or add is a bad pattern because it often goes wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we need a guy is a guy. We need a source name is a string. We need a spawn proc, which is and is for GemBeam is a bool. Okay, so we do this, and we'll return this even though we're not using it right now. Return P right there. So this is in there. We're going to rename that entity ID. This is going to be source name. This is spawn proc. Okay. Cool. Altered T. Let's do this. Not all control paths return a value. It's claiming that I'm not delivering value to the people. Okay. So we could test some Bard stuff real fast to make sure I didn't break that. We haven't really added the new thing at all. Yeah, find or add, it just, the thing that makes it dirty is that like sometimes you should just know already whether something exists or not, and you should be hardcore about knowing that. And it's very easy to like just be sloppy about that in cases when you shouldn't be sloppy, right? And find or add kind of encourages that, but sometimes it's legit, you know? All right. All right, so this is the Bard. She's got particles still. Okay. So let us go here to the land of particles that you cannot currently see. There they are. And are these the Bard particles? Is that only one entity? Yeah. Okay. This is going to be called gem beam particles. Actually, let's do that. And these will be, let's make them a little different from the Bard particles. Let's put a color. Let's do that. They're yellow now. And we'll make the size a little bit smaller, but they will grow more over time. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much. Hard to judge particles at a super low frame rate like this anyway. Okay. The point being, this is just a different particle system that we can spawn. Okay. Else if guy does, oh. Okay, if gems, whoops. So we're going to use the same spawn proc for now, because we don't want to write that yet, but gem beam particles. Okay. Let's get a slightly higher frame rate. Option on invalidator add. I don't know what invalidator add means. Because find or add makes sense to me. Because give me the thing and make it if it's not there. But what does invalidator add mean? Does gem collection still fly over the shoulder? Yeah, but that's all just still kind of temporary and we need to fix it. We need to make it better, I mean. Okay. Hey. Okay, that was weird. I had particles and they went away. Why'd they go away? Oh. So we're running the wrong update proc on this. Because it's for gem beam and we didn't mark it that way. So it's doing this test instead of this test. Actually, we'll do this. So we can take this out of here. Okay. Oops, okay. I thought I was in a loop. That's kind of a weird thing. Like, you kind of, instead of having goto in some cases, you kind of just want to have a name for this block and say break from that block, right? Is that large equation with a ton of sine and cosine inside POW? What? No, that's not generating randomness. Because it's the same. Okay, you would generate randomness by adding a bunch of different frequencies together. I mean, that wouldn't really give you randomness. It would give you like noise somewhere on the colored noise spectrum, right? That's not what this is doing. This is making a shape that's kind of curvy. Okay. All right, my guy has particles. The radius is too big. So there's that. Problem is I don't have an alter beam, so we're going to temporarily modify this beam right here somewhere. It's kind of disorient out there. This is going to become alter. So the deal is when I step into here, this should grow to be the room size. But when it's here, it should be around me. So we'll do that part next. Okay. Spawn particles. What do we call it? Gem beam. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're just going to do size. We're going to say okay, radius 0 is going to be 1.5 squares approximately, but with a little bit of, because this was supposed to be about 3, no, 2.5, that's more than, okay. Let's just see how this comes out. Because this funky geometric shape like pulls it in at the sides. So we're going to see. Radius 1 is, we're just going to say that right now, promised is 6 by 6. Why is that one 3? So BART is 2 in each direction. Yeah, I mean, all right. 3.5, no check-in. Get this from the current room size. Actually, let's just, well, no, let's just make sure it works. Radius is lerp radius 0, radius 1, p.altered t. Okay. And then this is times radius. Not bep.altered t. Will there be compute shader particles in the final game? There already are some, just not that many. There probably will be more. It's just in GL, it's hard to do good compute shader particles without doing a bunch of garbage that's GL only. So, yeah. Okay. So you see it's shrinking down to a small radius when I'm here, and it's a big radius here. Small radius, big radius. Now you can't really see it that well because it's embedded in the ground and stuff, but it totally is there. Okay, so next, we actually want to change the center of the particle source. All right. Yeah, let's actually do this. Okay, so here we say lerp eguide dot, let's say pos is lerp eguide dot visual position to room center, and oh yeah, p dot active t, or no, altered t. Okay, and we're just going to say that's pos and that's pos. Now we need to get the room center. Get screen index. That's helpful. Does someone... Okay. So we'll say screen index, screen I, screen J is get screen index manager. Okay, this could get weird when wrapping. I don't remember this maybe wrap function, how that goes, but we'll see. Okay, so how does camera do it? Get camera target position for single subroom. It's a little too specific. Yeah, we'll just do this. So how do I know when to do this? Control.per-screen camera. Okay, we gotta factor this. Okay, we're gonna do that. Because it was just gonna be a mess. So we're gonna put some stuff down here. If per screen level, return the current screen area. Otherwise, return the full level. Okay. If control, we do some stuff. We're going to assert false, incomplete. We're going to no check in that. We want to say that's a center and a radius float. Oh, blah. We don't want that. We want corner extents. And that actually will make it easy to return. Yeah. So do we have a 2v3 from vector3i? Yeah, return 2v3 settings.grid.corner settings.grid.extents. Right? Is it 2v3 okay, because the level might not be squared is the whole point. It might not be, it could be a rectangle. Okay. So this get per screen says, okay, that gives us the corner. That's the extents, and then we return corner extents. All right, so corner is going to be 2v3 info.corner, I think. So really that's the whole function, I don't know. Okay, so now we need to call this get gem beam area info. This is corner extents. Dang it. Well, it's fine. We'll edit the function. Room center is corner plus extends times 0.5. No problemo. All right. Cool. Wanted one. I should rename those to be the same. Okay. Empty initialize. It basically means it's actually not empty initialize. It's like you get the default values of the struct. You get the default initialize of the struct. Okay, so that's fine. Somehow, though, when we're supposed to be the full room, I think we're going to 0. Yeah, we're going to 0. And a not big enough radius, probably. Or maybe it's not 0, maybe it's like 1. But then I step out and it's like, oh, we'll come back. Okay. So, why is that? Oh. No. This is, okay, now it is about in the right place. Not quite. So basically, it's supposed to be centered on him here, which it is. And then here, it's supposed to coincide with this whole lit area. You know what? Let's actually also, let's raise it up a little bit. Let's get it slightly faster. Okay. So now the coordinates are still not right. Oh, we have to subtract 0.5 in each dimension for the room. That might be all that needs to happen. Because the coordinates represent the center of the square, but we want this to be around the edges. Okay, so let's try that. Oh, also, yeah, we have to interpolate the extents because it might be a rectangular room. Oh, and we're also not doing the room size correctly, which we now can do. Let's go do that. Okay, so okay, so extents 0 is v2 1.7 1.7. All right. And this is going to be extents. Okay. So here we're going to have factor is going to be this. And then we're going to have radius x is extents.x. ry is factor times extents.y. And then okay. So that's fine. Now this thing, whoops, no. $344. So we need to know what room the guy is in. So we need to say okay. There we go. Whoops. Cool. Everybody's so quiet now. That's what happens when I ignore chat and just program. Okay, that. Yeah, the extents are double what they should be. Dang it. But the code generally kind of worked. So these aren't extents. These are radii, actually. Okay. We'll see. See what happens. It's yeah, I think we need to add a little bit to compensate for just the shape that we're making. But that's basically it. And then I go here and it's like shrink. You know, it doesn't animate that well right now, but you know, that's something we would do later. Okay. Compensate for the weird shape pulling us in a lot. Okay. Blah. See, this is going to go... Oh, actually, no, this is fine. Let's do this on the radii. It'll be easier to think about. Let's just do that. I put the underline when there shouldn't have been one. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. When is it going to be public? When you pay me $17 million. Okay. I think this is where we're going to leave it for tonight. This was just a short nighttime stream. We're going to sign off. What we haven't done yet is the following. So this is the code that just changes the visuals. We still have the old gems going around my head. We want to remove those. But we also want to power the sockets in a different way than they are currently being powered. We would power them via this field. And so we would get rid of the rotating gems and all that. But I don't want to get rid of the rotating gems until we make the power thing work. So there's that. And then actually kind of like the Bard thing has particles for each dude. We could have particles for each one of these. That would make sense. That would make sense, but this is good progress. Just a little thing we were going to do with our extra hour, 20 minutes tonight before bedtime. Any questions about what we did? What is the center when in the beam? So there's two things. If I'm in both these beams, it's supposed to be around the currently highlight room, which is what you see here. Like the map's divided into rooms, etc. If I go just into this beam, it's supposed to be just a 1 square radius around the dude. And the particles sort of interpolate between those, but not in a very high quality way right now. And do we have dynamic arrays with a fixed size buffer in the standard library, like what they do for small? I don't know what people do for small string optimization. You mean like it's a certain size by default, and if your elements fit into that size, then it doesn't allocate? No, we don't do that right now. I'm not sure it's worth the complexity, because once you have a temporary allocator, allocation is so cheap for many things that you just don't care. Right? Whereas like that thing has to be a known size and all this stuff. It's like blah. Blah. Would labeled return blocks be a thing? I don't know what a labeled return block means. Do you mean like return out of the block but not the function? Maybe, I don't know. We'd have to look at that. Is it just to show that you're able to pick up a gem? No. This is a way of powering sockets with something besides gems. Now it looks like gems right now, like the thing floating around my head, just because that's what it was fictionally before, but it's going to be something else. So we're just doing the plumbing, the programming for that. And at some point later, we'll decide how it really looks. So what these particles are doing is they're just showing the area within where my guy is powering all the gems. The sockets, I mean. Okay. I'm going to sign off. We're not going to raid anyone tonight because we've been doing that a bunch. It's all good. Thanks for coming by. We'll probably stream again soon. Like, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Maybe someday, maybe no day, maybe all the days. See you later, everybody.